2020. We've entered a new year, a new decade, and a new era, and you've recently decided to start taking your music career seriously. And now you need some tips on how to get started. My name is El Marquis, musician, rapper, record producer, unashamed prize follower, and today we're going to talk about what all artists need to do in 2020.
El Marquis Productions.
If you're literally just getting started with making music, the first thing you need to do is figure out what exactly your goals are. Do you want to pursue music as a hobby or as a career? And there's nothing wrong with doing either of them. You just need to figure out what exactly it is that you feel that you're called to do. And it's very important to figure out whether you want this to be a serious career or just a hobby, because that will determine how much time you need to put into your craft, how much knowledge you need, and how much money you want to invest into your craft. If music is purely a hobby and you only wanted to do it for personal enjoyment, you don't really plan on releasing that much music or really making a lot of revenue from it, you're probably not going to want or need to spend a whole lot of money in comparison to someone who does want to do this as a career. Maybe they're working for other artists, maybe they want to make their music sound a lot more professional, and they'll also probably want to spend time also learning the business side of music rather than just the aspects of how to make music. At the same time, if you haven't already, you should figure out what exactly you want to do in terms of, do you want to be a musician, do you want to be a vocalist, do you want to be a producer, an engineer, a writer, a composer, or maybe a combination of all of them. It doesn't matter which or how many roles you decide to play, as long as you're doing them with excellence and that you're happy doing all of them. Once you figure out what exactly you want to do, you need to start getting your hands on some equipment. Musicians need to get their hands on an instrument in order to learn how to play it. Producers have gear that they need to start out with, such as a decent computer, some headphones or speakers, and a decent MIDI controller, as well as software to record and make beats. Spend time researching what equipment you absolutely need by either doing some research online or even going to your local music store. If you're just starting out, there's no reason to be breaking the bank on getting equipment. You just need to get what's really essential and what you need just to get started out. Don't really get too many things that are just accessories or things that you don't really need, because you're still in the state where you need to figure out if you really want to take music seriously, if you really want to pursue it as a hobby. And starting out with too many things is just going to overwhelm you. You're going to have too many things that you're going to want to learn at once, and it's just going to be confusing and stressful, and then you're not going to have fun making music. Just get what you need. Don't feel the need to break the bank. And once you feel that you've outgrown your equipment, then it's time to make some upgrades. Once you have the necessary equipment, it's now time to study your craft. If you're a musician, a vocalist, a producer, engineer, anything involved with music, you need to put the time in to actually study. You can use resources such as YouTube, books, online courses, teachers, mentors, anything that gives you knowledge and also preferably offers some form of structure to your learning. You need to have at least a basic understanding of music theory and song structure and the general guidelines of how music works. Once you find a learning method that works for you, you should practice your skills for a bare minimum of 30 minutes a day. If you can do more, even better. Even if you only have 10 minutes, just you need to be on a schedule where you are able to regularly practice your skills. If you seriously want to be good at music, you'll make sure to carve time out of your schedule no matter how busy you are. If you're someone who wants to record and release music, you should either invest in studio equipment or you should find a studio near you to record and mix your music. You can actually get some really nice sounding recordings with some relatively inexpensive gear. You can also save money in the long run by investing in your own equipment and learning how to record and mix your own music. But if you're an artist who has no desire to learn how to record or mix their music professionally and you would rather outsource it to someone else, you should find a studio that offers these services. And you don't necessarily need to find a big professional traditional style studio to record and mix your music. With the rise of home studios, and really depending on where you live, you may be able to find someone who can record and mix your music. They work out of their home, but they're still able to give you professional results that actually rival the big professional studios out there. Make sure you hear examples of music that they recorded and mixed at their studio, and develop a good relationship with the engineer. Once you decide that your music is ready to be heard by the public, you need to find out how to actually make your music available to be heard by people. If you want your music to be heard by as many people as possible, you need to make it available on all major music platforms such as Spotify, Apple Music, and Tidal. In order to do this, I recommend that you sign up with a digital distributor such as DistroKid. For as low as $20 a year, you can upload as much music as you want to all streaming sites, and you keep all of your net revenue. If you want a detailed review on how to use DistroKid, you can go down in the description below. I will leave a link to that video. After your music is released, you need to make sure that you're collecting all of the money that you're owed from people buying and streaming it. Anytime your music is bought on iTunes, streamed on Spotify, played on the radio, synced with a movie, you're owed royalties. In order to collect all the royalties that you're owed, you need to sign up with a PRO such as ASCAP or BMI, a music publishing administrator such as Songtrust, and a digital performance rights organization known as Sound Exchange. If you have been making music for a while and you haven't already signed up with these companies, What are you waiting for? If you're just starting out and your music doesn't have a whole lot of streams or it's not getting a lot of radio airplay, you're probably not going to make a lot of money off of these services at first, but it's really important to sign up with these services anyways. So if you do get in a situation where you are able to get a lot of radio airplay, or maybe a company reaches out to you to put your music in a video game or Netflix series, you're already in the practice of registering your music, and when a really big opportunity like that comes, you're already ready to go. You'll find in the description below links to videos that detail why you need these services and how to use them. And now that your music is out for the world to hear, you need to spread awareness of it so people can actually listen to it. Find places to perform like open mic nights, talent shows, churches, in the streets, anywhere where people can hear your music. Performing in public will get people to connect with your music as well as you as a person, and you'll start building a loyal fan base. In addition to performing, you need to be on social media. That's not an option. Make accounts on all the major social media platforms such as Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, and post on them regularly. Social media has grown so much throughout the last decade and is only going to continue increasing in popularity throughout this decade. If you refuse to use it, you're just hurting yourself, and you'll make it just that much harder for people to stumble on your music and become a fan of you. And be sure that you stay up to date on emerging social media platforms, new features that get added to these existing platforms, and just educate yourself on how to use them and reach as many people as possible. After you become pretty comfortable with your craft, and you're pretty confident in your musical abilities, and you fully realize that you want to start generating a livable income off of your music, you need to start studying how the music business works. You need to learn how to build an engaging fan base, how to collect your royalties, how to use social media, and how to network with other people, all of which are topics that I skimmed over throughout this video and are topics that I've covered on this channel. Especially if you don't have a team that handles this for you, and even if you do have one, you need to know the ins and outs of how to treat yourself like a business, how to act as an entrepreneur, and how to generate income through your music. There are tons of resources that you can use to educate yourself, such as YouTube, books, mentors, and courses. There are so many more resources available now than when I first started making music about 7 years ago, so you can definitely find something that works for you. And most importantly, if you listen to no other tip that I've given you throughout this video, listen to this one. Have fun. Enjoy the music that you make. Make sure that the music you're making is fulfilling you. Make the type of music that you love and that inspires you to create. Don't just make stuff that you think will work if that's not what you enjoy making. If you can't connect with your own music, your potential fans won't be able to connect with your own music. Even though you should treat music like a job, you should still enjoy making it. So I know we skimmed over a whole lot of topics throughout this video. If you have any questions that you want to ask me, you can either leave them in the comment section below, or if you want some one-on-one help and you want to talk to me so I can give you some really specific advice, I now offer consultation services on my website, lmarquisproductions.com. You can also go down in the description below to check them out. Thank you for watching this video. If you like what you've seen today, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications so you know whenever I upload new videos. Also be sure to visit my website, lmarquisproductions.com, where you'll be able to check out my music, my beats, my sample kits, as well as my mixing and mastering services. Now go down in the comment section below and let me know, what do you want to do with your music in 2020? My name is L Marquis Productions. God bless.